Okay, so let's start off with a quick reminder that when you multiply a negative times a negative, you get a positive times a negative, you get a negative, and a positive times a positive, you get a positive.
So we have our first example of adding polynomials. So the equation is negative x cubed plus 8x squared minus 3x plus negative 8x squared plus x plus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the parentheses. So we have in red negative x cubed plus 8x squared minus 3x. I'm going to use a different color for the second half, which is green, negative 8x squared plus x plus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is combine like terms. And as we know, we can only combine terms that have the same exponent. So in this case, it would be positive 8x squared combined with the negative 8x squared. Then we combine another set of like terms, which is negative 3x plus x and then plus 3. So now we simplify, so we're left over with negative x cubed minus 2x plus 3. Because the 8x squared minus the 8x squared cancels out. So that's our final answer. For our second problem, we have negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared minus 7x plus 4x to the power of 4 plus 8x cubed plus 2x squared. So we're going to get rid of the parentheses and then we're going to have a designated color. So for the first part, it's going to be green and it's going to be negative 3x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared minus 7x plus the other half, which will be in red, which is 4x to the power of 4 plus 8x cubed plus 2x squared. So we're going to start combining like terms. So we look at the exponents and we see that negative 3x to the power of 4 can be combined with 4x to the power of 4. And then we have a negative 7x plus 8x cubed. And we have another set of like terms. So we're going to combine those and it's going to be negative 5x squared plus 2x squared. So then our final answer would be x to the power of 4 plus 8x to the power of 3 minus 3x to the power of 2 minus 7x. We got the x to the power of 4 by subtracting negative 3x to the power of 4 plus 4x to the power of 4. And then we got the negative 3x squared by adding negative 5x squared plus 2x squared.
So our first problem is x cubed minus 2x squared minus 3x squared minus 4x cubed. So the first thing that we're going to do is distribute the negative to both of our values. The first polynomial stays the same, and we get negative 3x squared plus 4x cubed. This is where we combine like terms. Therefore, we add 4x cubed and x cubed and get 5x cubed. Then we add negative 2x squared and negative 3x squared and get negative 5x squared. As you can see, x and 4x have the same exponent of 3, and negative 2x and negative 3x have the same exponent of 2. Therefore, we combine these terms. Okay, so our second problem is negative 6x cubed plus 5x squared minus 3 minus 2x cubed minus 4x squared minus 3x plus 1. So once again, we distribute our negative to all of our values in the second polynomial. The first polynomial stays the same. We get minus 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. Once again, we combine our like terms. Here we see that negative 6x cubed and negative 2x cubed have the same exponent, so we add these together, getting negative 8x cubed. Then we see that 5x squared and 4x squared have the same exponent as well. We add those and get plus 9x squared. Then we see that there's only 3x. Therefore, we leave that by itself. Have negative 3 and negative 1. We add those and get negative 4. And that's your answer.
So today we're going to be multiplying polynomials. And the first equation we're going to do is 3x plus 2 times a polynomial of 4x squared minus 7x plus 5. So the first step to multiplying polynomials is distributing. So using the rainbow method, we're going to distribute the 3x to 4x squared negative 7x plus 5, and we're going to do the same thing with the number 2. So when multiplying polynomials, we're going to get 12x cubed because we have to multiply the two coefficients and add the x's. And then we do the same with the rest, getting negative 20x squared plus 15x plus 8x squared minus 14x plus 10. Second step is we have to combine like terms. So we have the like terms negative 21x squared plus 8x squared. The second set of like terms we have are 15x minus 14x. So since the 12x cubed has no like terms, we leave as is, and we combine the negative 21x squared with the 8x squared, giving us negative 13x squared. We combine the 15x minus the 14x, giving us just 1x, and then the 10 has no like terms, so we leave as is. The problem we will be multiplying is 3x minus 4y times 5x minus 2y. So we will do the same step using the rainbow method, distribute each number. So 3x times 5x, 3x times 2y, negative 4y times 5x, and negative 4y times 2y. So we're going to multiply the polynomials 3x times 5x getting 15x squared, and 3x times negative 2y giving us negative 6xy, but the x and y we don't combine because they're different variables. And then we do the same for the 4y times 5y giving us 20xy, and then plus 8y squared. The like terms we have alike in this problem are negative 6xy and negative 20xy. We leave the 15x squared alone because of no like terms. We combine this negative 20 and the negative 6, getting negative 26xy, and we leave the 8y squared alone because there is no like terms.
So today we're going to be solving for x, and our equation is going to be 4x squared minus 4 equals 32. When solving for x, we want to get x by itself. So in this case, we have to add 4 to both sides in order to cancel out minus 4. So now we're left with 4x squared equals 36. But as you can see, our x still isn't on its own. So we have to divide 4 on both sides. Now we're left with x squared equals 9. But once again, our x is still not by itself. So now we have to square root both sides. So our final answer is x equals 3. Alright, let's try a harder one. For this one, we're going to be doing 5x squared minus 10x equals 0. For this one, you're going to need to know how to factor. When factoring, we are finding what to multiply together to get an expression. It's like splitting an expression into a multiplication of simpler expressions. So as you can see, if we multiply 5x times x and negative 2, we still end up with 5x squared minus 10x. Solve for x for 5x and x minus 2. In order to do that, we must make x minus 2 equal to 0. So we still need to get our x by itself. So we have to add 2 to both sides. Which leaves us with x equals 2. Now we need to equal 5x to 0. For this one, we have to divide 5 on both sides. And as you can see, we get x equals 0. Both x equals 0 and x equals 2 work for this equation.